Good morning. Happy Monday. We hope you had a great weekend, and we're glad you're starting off your new week here with us on Fox 61, America Areas.
And I'm Glenn Kittle. Let's send things out to Rachel Piscatelli. Good morning. How's the weather looking out there?
Now, let's go outside to the New England Patio and Hearth Outdoor Studio.
Well, it was certainly a beautiful start to our morning here in Hartford with mostly clear skies out here now. A little bit of fog in some spots, not a huge widespread issue, so not overly concerned with it, but maybe a light jacket to leave the house with this morning as temperatures are a little bit cooler than this time yesterday. We are sitting anywhere from 5 to about 10 degrees cooler now, so numbers sitting in the upper 50s and lower 60s with 55 degrees towards northeastern Connecticut, or rather northwestern Connecticut, but 59 to near 60 in Willimantic and 62 in Putnam now. Taking a look at our humidity, the western half of the state looking and feeling pretty good this morning, although dew points across the state are very comfortable elsewhere, lower 60s in spots as well. So that's a very nice day. A very nice start to our morning, leading to a really nice afternoon. Temperatures in the mid to upper 70s to right around 80 degrees and a mix of sun and clouds. And while there could be a brief pop-up shower later on today, I'm not overly concerned with it. Just don't want you to get caught off guard. Outdoor plans are a go later on with winds anywhere from 5 to about 10 miles per hour. Temperatures tonight dropping back into the 50s and lower 60s. It's a beautiful stretch for the next 3 days as numbers get back up to around 79 to near 80 both Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll talk about where we go from here. Any thunderstorm or rain chances on the way to close out our work week. We'll have those details in my full forecast in just around 15 minutes. As we check in with the roads this morning now at about 6:02, we had a lot of road work wrap up here in the 6 o'clock hour just prior to. We also have a crash this morning. This is going to be over towards actually two crashes now. One in Greenwich on 95 southbound between 4 and 3. The right and center lanes are blocked off. We're starting to see some pretty significant delays in the area. So if you are trying to travel to the state lines this morning, you will encounter that. Also in Naugatuck this morning on Route 8 southbound out by exits 24 and 21, the left lane closed due to a two-vehicle crash in the area. Over to you.
Rachel, thanks. 6:02 right now. We're following some breaking news in Hartford. Police are investigating a homicide. It happened in the area of 55 Bond Street. Police say there is an active scene happening right now. We have a crew heading there, and we'll get you more information on this case as soon as we get it.
And police are working to extradite a man back to Connecticut this morning after a deadly stabbing over the weekend. 55-year-old Michael Ranger was detained in upstate New York. Police say the violence started at this condo complex on Concord Drive in Rocky Hill on Saturday. Officers found a woman suffering from multiple stab wounds. Emergency crews tried to save her, but she later died from her injuries. The suspect fled the state, but the following morning, an officer in Saratoga Springs, New York, scanned Ranger's license plate. That scan revealed that he was wanted for murder. Ranger was pulled over and arrested, leaving neighbors back in Connecticut
I mean, there was
stunned.
probably, I would say, about 20 cop cars here last night. Okay. So, yeah. So we saw the lights and everything, and of course we got nervous because we wanted to make sure our family member was safe.
It's not yet clear when Ranger will be transferred back to Connecticut. Right now, he faces charges of murder and violating a standing protective order.
A late-night police shootout in Newington on Friday left 2 police officers injured and a suspect dead.
Now we're getting a closer look at what happened, including photos from a neighbor who was home when the gunfire erupted. Fox 61's Priscilla Meza has those details.
It was just after 11:30 Friday night when Faris Al-Ramahi says he heard screaming outside his Newington home. Then came the gunshots.
By the time I got to the window, I heard a lot of gunshots. And that's when the suspect went down and the officer was injured right here behind me.
Faris took these photos from his home showing the area where police say the shootout happened on Webster Court near the Rocky Hill town line.
I took the ground just in case, I didn't know where was the shooting or where the direction was. So, and then I looked out the window and I saw the suspect laying on the ground and all the police started gathering.
Hartford police say this started at around 11 Friday night when officers were investigating illegal activity at 9 Fale Street. They say the man ran from the area. During a struggle, an officer says he felt what he believed was a gun in the suspect's waistband. The suspect then got into a vehicle and drove away. Police drove after the vehicle south through Hartford and into the surrounding towns. It was eventually stopped on Webster Court in Newington. Police say the suspect got out and fired at officers who fired back. The suspect was killed, and a firearm was also found at the scene.
It was very terrifying. I wasn't expecting that at all. I thought it was fireworks. But when I actually realized that this is someone getting shot, it was really terrifying.
The injured Hartford officer was identified by the police department as Alex Diaz. Rocky Hill officer John Escobar was also shot and injured. Both officers were taken to the hospital and released Saturday morning.
When I opened the window, it was gunshots, screaming. I saw someone laying on the ground. It was horrific.
Ferris says officers told him to stay inside as they investigated. He later spoke with police and gave them his account of what he heard and saw.
I feel really sorry, those, guys are out late night, doing their jobs, and the last thing you want, for any of them to get hurt.
And Ferris says he's especially thinking about the Escobar family.
I know one of the officers is expecting a baby in a couple of weeks, so, I wish his family some sympathy, and hopefully he recovers fast.
And that was Priscilla Meza reporting. The Connecticut Inspector General's office is leading the investigation. Investigators haven't released any additional details about the circumstances surrounding the exchange of gunfire.
And at least one person was hurt in a two-car crash in Hartford. It happened just before 4:30 yesterday afternoon on Pearl and Ann Streets. Crews say everyone inside of the vehicle got out on their own, but at least one person was taken by ambulance to the hospital. We do not know how badly that person was hurt or what led up to that crash.
6:07 right now, and officers in Winchester say they need your help. They're trying to track down a vehicle that may have left the scene of a crash. So they want people on Wakefield Boulevard to check their home security cameras between 11 and 11:30 p.m. Saturday night. Officers say they're looking for any video that may have shown the vehicle, driver, or passengers involved leave the area.
And officers in East Lyme are reminding everyone to lock their car doors. That's because there's been several break-ins around the Black Point neighborhood. They want people to check their security camera footage between midnight and 3 a.m. on Sunday. And as a reminder, if something was stolen from your vehicle, remember to report it. And also a reminder, lock your car doors, remove all valuables from parked cars, and report any suspicious behavior right away.
A former Naugatuck teacher is facing charges. Police say 54-year-old Michael Hart sent inappropriate messages to a 15-year-old. The district says he's no longer employed at the school. Hart's been charged with harmful communication with a minor. Detectives allege that Hart had frequent one-on-one contact with the teen and exchanged numerous personal texts, and that this happened over several months.
And we're just one day away from the first day of classes for Hartford Public Schools, and today nearly 1,500 Hartford educators will gather for one final time before welcoming their students back. Fox 61's Aaron Coogan joins us live from Weaver High School with what's in store for these teachers. Good morning, Aaron.
Yeah, hey, good morning. Well, in just under 2 hours, those teachers are going to start arriving here to Weaver High School for the 2026 Teachers Convocation. It's one final chance to unify the vision for the district and its students before those kids are back in the classroom. And the gathering will really help identify not only the goals, but for academics, but also developing those students as a whole student. And again, that all starts at 8 o'clock this morning. And once again, a chance, an opportunity to come together as one. This year, the district has hired 40 new educators to come on board. So it's a chance for them to meet colleagues from beyond their individual school walls and engage with the goals and expectations for the year at a broader district level. Teachers will be briefed in the challenges Hartford Public Schools still face, all while providing solutions in overcoming them. And similar to the student family celebration hosted last week, to drum up excitement and quell last-minute nerves and tie up any loose ends, Hartford School Superintendent Andre Townsell says the Teachers Convocation is one final opportunity to set the tone for a successful new year.
Let me say the mission remains the same. Triple A's, academics, athletics, arts. Our data is improving. The data suggests that we're moving in the right direction. Are we under construction? Absolutely. There's a structural deficit with our revenue and expenditures. But are our young people getting a high-class, world-quality education? 120%.
Now, among those expected to speak at this morning's convocation and a big supporter of the Hartford Public School system is Mayor Arunan Aralumpalam. He's expected again at 8 o'clock this morning. That's when those teachers are going to start arriving. And then, of course, for the parents at home, the big day is tomorrow when those kids are back in class. We're going to track it all for you here on Fox 61. We're live in Hartford. Aaron Coogan, Fox 61.
Aaron, thank you. Hopefully all those students have a great year. We wish them the best. And back to school means, of course, busy morning commutes as more people are out there on the roads, drivers and walkers alike. Everyone is reminded to limit the distractions and pay attention. The Department of Transportation and local police want you to know that there is a zero tolerance policy for unsafe driving around children. Among the rules to keep in mind, make sure you stop 10 feet behind school buses that are loading and unloading children.
This isn't just a safety recommendation, it is clearly the law. There are significant penalties for ignoring it.
Yeah, speaking of those penalties, drivers who violate the rule for the first time, well, you can expect a fine of $450. Again, that's just the first time. Similar tickets are going to be issued for crosswalk violations and also speeding in school zones.